Hello, I am back with a new video and I'm very excited about this one because I have a package that came in and I have a few things to talk about, to say the least. Now, to give you a little backstory, I actually decided that I wanted to use a traveler's notebook for next year's planner setup, and I will be doing bullet journaling. Let me go ahead and get that set up really quick. So this is the notebook that I will be trying to use as my planner setup for next year. As you can see, I have some inserts in here that I will be basically bullet journaling in to make sort of the planner that I want. The reason why I'm doing bullet journaling is because there's no notebook on the market that is the Traveler's standard size that has the layout that I want. Hence why I've decided to do this. I did do a separate video on this if you're curious. One of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to put a health journal, a finance journal, and a learning in my 2026 setup, and I'm realizing that there's no room for it. The solution that I originally thought that I was going to do, I don't think it's going to work, and that is putting separate inserts for those things. I already have so many inserts that I'm stopping myself from putting in that I was like, okay, well, I need to figure out a solution for these three notebooks, or these three subjects. Now, to give you a little backstory, I have been trying to incorporate my finances, my health, and my learning goals in my main planners for years. I've tried digital systems, I've tried bullet journals, I've tried putting it in my main planners. For instance, I've tried putting okay, stop it. For instance, when it comes to the monthlies, it's on the shelf right now, but I tried to do something in the monthlies for my health. It didn't work out. For my Hobonichi cousin, I tried to put finances in the monthly. It didn't work out. Digital systems, I'm never really consistent with. It's just when it's off of my phone, when the screen is closed, I just don't even think about it. And so I've decided to go with 3 Hobonichis. Now, the reason why I've been avoiding 3 separate planners for these subjects, I guess you could say, is because I always thought this was wasteful. I was like, is health a big deal that I have to have a separate planner for? Now, I have always been avoiding this solution because I thought that this was almost like, I wouldn't say wasteful, but not valid enough to get separate systems or separate notebooks for. I think that in the end just didn't work out. Because these are things that I wanted to update daily, I thought putting it in a daily planner with all my other stuff would be like the best solution. And it's not the best solution. And I've been trying to beat the dead horse for a very long time, for lack of a better term. I've been doing the same thing over and over again, and I've got to the point where I'm kind of sick of failing. And when I say failing, I mean that I'm not consistent. And so for this year, I decided to get 3 Hobonichis for these 3 areas of my life to solve that problem. Now, as you can see, something looks a little off, and you would be right. These are off. These planners, they're off. There's something wrong with these. This one in particular, as you see, has no cover. That is because I ripped off the cover. Now, in all honesty, when I decided I wanted to get 3 Hobonichis, because I do have experience with Hobonichis from before. For instance, actually my first Hobonichi was the 2023 One Piece release, and this is exactly why I bought it, because I loved the One Piece cover. And the reality is that everything is sold out. It's mid-December and everything is sold out. There's nothing left. And people who are reselling Hobonichis are literally selling them for twice, if not 3 times the price, especially if it's popular. I've seen a Hobonichi Weeks selling for $200. $200 for a planner that is gonna go out of date within the year. That's literally made of paper and cardboard. I'm so sorry. $200 for a notebook is stupid. It's not, it makes no sense. It's not made of gold. I don't know what you're trying to do. But nonetheless, The last sliver of hope that I had was looking on eBay. So I looked on eBay and I found some Hobonichi Weeks. And I was like, okay, let's go for it. I don't have any other options. The dupes are sold out as well, by the way. And you could be saying, oh, well, you can go on Amazon, buy it from Amazon. I'm currently boycotting Amazon because, in all honesty, they're just a very unethical company. I'm not interested in being one of those people who is oblivious to what they're consuming. So eBay was my last option. And so I found this listing and I was like, you know what, let's go for it. And I got them. And I don't think these are real Hobonichis. Like, the first thing is when I opened it, there's usually something here. I will put like a picture of a real Hobonichi somewhere on this, but these aren't Hobonichis. Like, I don't know what they are, but they're not Hobonichis, and I kind of don't know how to feel about it. One thing for certain is I need these. The second thing is that I can tell from a mile away, like, this isn't like, not real. For now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't, as you can see, look at that, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't care. I am so over looking for a Hobonichi that I was like, you know what, we're just gonna bite the bullet and just go for it. You know, I need to get these, like, organized and, like, set up. I'm not gonna even bother with, you know, trying to look for the authentic, because I'm not gonna find it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna be pretty tough for me to find replacements. So why did I pull off the cover for this one? The cover was so bad with this one. It was bubbling, it was wrinkly, it was, as you can see, look at this. It was absolutely terrible. So I ended up just ripping it off. Now, this will not be a setup video. Believe it or not, I'm gonna actually just throw this away because we don't need it. And the only thing I will be doing this video is actually just fixing this. I'm gonna put a new cover on this and get some clear covers as well for these Hobonichis that are not real Hobonichis. And I will go ahead and just make a new cover for this. I do want to make new covers for the other ones because the quality is just very terrible. But for now, this is the only thing I'm going to do today. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take cardstock and measure and cut to cover both sides of this notebook. I don't know if I have to take this off to clean it up. I'd preferably not. We'll see. But that's the first thing I'm going to do. I don't know. Is there anything I can cut off to make it neater when I do this? I feel like that's as good as it's going to get. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, just trim. Should just say cut this to, I'm going to do the biggest one. Get my utility knife, put that to the side. This is straight from what I can tell. Let's see how this will cover. It's quite nice. I'm going to flip it over. Okay, that's really good. So that is the first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my mechanical pencil, do some tracing. Okay, I'm just going to cut the edges like that. Then I'm going to take a normal ruler and line it up like so. Then I should be able to, yeah, that's pretty nice. Do I have glue? Old glue, so I have to get a new one, but I haven't had the chance to do it, so we're gonna use what we got. I'm just gonna use the back of a paintbrush to get out what I have. Just roll that bad boy on. Now what I'm trying to do is get as much excess as I possibly can off so that I can, you know, have just a really nice smooth layer of, seems to be some blue in the cardboard, and that's what's doing that. That's no big deal though. Try to get the edges as much as possible. Then make sure my hands are as clean as possible. And we're just gonna put this down like so. I think there might be, is there ink on my thing? Might be ink somewhere here, and that's what's doing that. Anyway, so that's my first. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the next one. I should have done myself a favor and just traced this one, but that's okay. That's actually no big deal for me. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, trace this. Which side? Does it matter? No. Okay, my next step is I'm gonna trace this notebook. I think I'm gonna do the other side. Actually, it would be the smarter idea here. do that again. There we go. Trace to the best of my ability. Okay, that's actually perfect. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, first thing I'm gonna check is actually a right angle, and it is. Check this right angle, and this is also right angle. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the edge. It's okay if it's not. As you can see, when I did the cutting, it's not absolutely straight. So we're gonna remeasure. It's fine. Put that to the side. Put this over here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, put this on top, remeasure, and that is actually pretty good. I just really do need to trace. I'm actually gonna take off a little bit more, just like a little bit, just a smidge, literally like this much is enough. Okay, that's perfect. Just grab that. All right. And what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna get an eraser if I can find one. My eraser, and then just do retrace. Ooh, I do have this one. This is actually from an old Hobonichi, so I'll go ahead and use that really quick to make sure. There we go. This one. I'm telling you, the old Hobonichi is bigger. It is. Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, okay. Actually, is pretty good. Okay, yeah, that's actually pretty good. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna put some glue on here and then put away the glue, that's for sure, until I need it again. So I'm gonna go ahead and that layer of glue, hopefully, I am in frame. Kind of am, kind of not, but it's okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just applying a layer of glue as close to the edge as I possibly could. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just gonna drop this on top, try to get it as close to the edge as possible. Perfect. And then just push. Okay, and that's basically that. Okay, now that that is done, I'm just gonna check edges. Everything is good. This is turned out really bad, but you're gonna see I'm actually gonna cover this up. And I think I do. Yeah, I got some, can't believe I got some glue here. That's terrible, but it's something that I can fix in the future. I'm not too angry about that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to find some decorative paper that would look really nice with this, and I'm gonna make a cover. So I do keep my decorative paper with this. I have several ideas in mind. I have some Japanese paper, I have some cardstock. I'm just showing you the edge because the papers are really big. So I'm gonna take a look at my inventory, see if I like anything. And I think that I'm not, there's these. I'm trying to think of what theme I'm going for next year. I have some grays, I have this pomo, I have some of this that I really like. And I also have this. I think this would be my favorite. I honestly think this will be my favorite. You know what, let's just do this then. If I like this one, I'll just get this one. I'll put that for, I know, I think I see a theme here that I want to do. Where's that clip? Clip, 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 clip. Oh my god, I lost it. It's only been like 3 seconds. I've already, oh, I see it, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead, put this away. Alrighties. My desk is currently such an absolute mess. Let me go and zoom out and like, let me go ahead and zoom out and show you how much of a mess it is. As you can see, this is my desk at the current moment. It is beyond a mess, so I apologize. I'm in the middle of like 10 different projects right now, and it's like literally insane. So that is why I have this potpourri of God knows what. Let's get back to the video, shall we? So let's go ahead, zoom back to what we were doing. Okay, we're back into the zone. This is such a, oh my god, nothing is straight. Oof. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually decided I'm gonna use this. And how am I going to do this? I wonder. Yeah, this is really pretty together. Try to make some room. Oh, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna lay it. Ooh, the first thing I'm gonna do is get rid of this pencil mark is what I'm gonna do. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is actually I think I'm gonna do it this way. And I'm going to get down like so, and I'm just gonna cut here. I'm going to just, I'm gonna go ahead and cut about an inch off. This is actually handmade paper, by the way. Very pretty, very pretty. And this is all little, I have enough to make inserts. I actually really wanted to make inserts with this. That's kind of like why I was like precious with it, but I need to use it because I love it so much. So this is actually going to go to the side here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it flat. So I want to lay it flat, and I am going to do an inch from both sides, like so. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna cut it from here. It's okay if it's not super straight because I will be layering this, so, okay. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to push it like so. This is really wrinkly, but it's because when I took it out, it's fine. So this way, oh, it's looking pretty already. Okay, I might do a solid piece on the inside. Okay, and then I need to fold it in, as you can see. So I need to make sure, like, it might even be too much. I mean, I think I could go somewhere like this. Yeah, I think that even might be better. Perfect, okay. And then this one might be also too much material. You know what, let's just use the material, it's okay, big deal. All right, so this one, and then I need to, so put it like so. Okay, so let's go ahead. What I'm gonna do is extremely important, and that is cleaning up the edges of my paper. So I'm going to pick what I call a 0 edge. And what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna take a ruler, make sure that it's straight. So we're gonna go like this. And this is my 0 edge. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make sure all my other edges are straight. So as you can see, I have made all of my edges 90 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. I'm gonna open it up. The pattern, it kind of doesn't matter. It's like a versatile pattern. I'm gonna do this, and the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm just going to try to get this as evenly as possible using the grids on my my pad, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure this is as even as possible. That's pretty good. What I'm gonna do, the first thing I'm gonna do is the first thing I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna roll it on top of each other is what I should do. There. So now it's even. There we go, like that. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is actually gonna glue the spine. So yeah, let's try to make that indentation again. Make it nice and even. And yeah, we're gonna just push the bind in like so. The first thing I have to do is just bind and glue the cover to this, to the Hobonichi notebook. So we have to glue first, then we have to fold, is what we're gonna have to do. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to use glue, like the glue. I would really love to use double-sided tape, but I don't know if it's strong enough. And even though this will wrinkle, I have no doubt in my mind because of the moisture, what I will do is I will just actually stack some books on top of it to get the wrinkles out. And I'm pretty sure it should be fine. If I do that. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just bind, make sure this is even, like so, and I'm pushing with my 2 fingers here, and then I'm gonna press down, like so. I'm just gonna work that for a little bit. I do have this, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my tool, just press as much as I possibly can. If this is uneven, I'm okay with that because we are going to fold, see momentarily. So I'm gonna just press that in. Then I'm gonna go ahead, get some glue on this side. I'm not gonna put a lot of glue. I'm gonna put as little as I possibly can because less glue means less bump, less wrinkle, less everything. So we're just gonna be as thorough as possible, but we're just gonna, it would have been a smart idea if I actually put a piece of cardboard here. Actually, I do have a piece of cardboard that I can use to make sure there's no glue on the edges. So we're just doing a very light layer of glue. As you can see, glue on the edges. Right. Just gonna move that so it doesn't get damaged. I don't think I have any glue on the edges or like any excess glue. So we're gonna move that. Make sure that that everything's clean as much as I possibly can get it. Did I do something there? Anyway, make sure I have no extra glue on the edges. Right, now we're gonna push it down slowly. Almost like you would put like a sticky tape. You kind of wanna, it's really pretty. Pretty, very, 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 very pretty. Oof, that's so nice. Look at that. Ooh, I love that. That's so nice. Gotta be careful because this is a white cover. As clean as possible. Nice. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna do the other side. It's good. The binding is pretty good. I think that should be enough glue, but we shall see. Yeah, that's more than enough glue. Okay, so make sure there's no excess. A good technique is actually to let it dry just a little bit to get a little tacky, a stronger bond. But nonetheless, let's go ahead, take this out, and just push that. Oof, that's nice. I really need to clean my desk. It's in such bad condition. Anyway, so as you can see, I have added that. Now what we're gonna do, make sure my desk is a little neater. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pull this in. And I do think that I kind of messed up here, but I'm not too saddened by this. So the first thing I'm gonna do actually is to cut here where the bind is. And hopefully, yeah, this one, okay. What I'm doing a straight cut down, then a horizontal cut, then I'm doing a very shallow 45. I wouldn't even call it a 45, it's more like a 30-degree angle cut. I'm not gonna measure because it's going to be covered, so there we go. Then we're gonna start folding in. As you can see, what I'm doing is I'm marking out where the cover is gonna fold in, and where that is, I'm actually gonna cut here, here, then I'm gonna do a 45. Yeah, okay, this actually needs to be cut here, here. So then we're gonna do 45, 5. There you go, nice and snug. This one, same thing, 45, 45. That's really pretty. Oof, I'm running out of glue. It's not good. There it is, okay. Just do a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Hopefully I'm in frame. You're gonna go ahead and recycle all of this. Then where is that glue sheet? It's kind of a mess, so I'm gonna go ahead and fold it in on itself so I don't get any glue on my cover. Then okay, that's actually pretty good. Fold. I don't know where that's coming from. Okay, push, and last but not least, push, last lap. That is the first side of this cover. We should do the next. This one, you know, I think I'm not gonna cover this up because, I mean, it's not worth it. And it's in the back of the book. So I'm not too angry by it. Maybe I can put some stickers or something when I get the chance. That would be nice. So yeah, let me go ahead and continue this. So I'm gonna go like so, like, oops, like this. I'm gonna do a 45 from this corner. I'm gonna do a 45 from this corner. Same thing, I'm gonna do different in the center, then 45, 45. I've measured it to be exact, but I mean, for the sake of time, we're not gonna do that. This is just gonna go in the trash because I don't wanna mess with it. As much trash as I possibly can off of my desk, really as possible. It's really pretty, but I'm not gonna waste my time with that. Let's see what I can use. It's like a scrap. This is a really good scrap. Alrighties. First is these edges. I have a little bit of glue with my stick, which is a paintbrush. Apply, apply, apply. Too much. Which one did I do first, actually? Let me see again. Yeah, that's fine, actually. That's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead, cover. Nice. Ooh, that's so pretty. That's so pretty, that's so pretty, that's so pretty. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Just glue down for here. We get the edges, because the edges are the most important. And we're gonna push this down as well. Last but not least, the mammoth. A little bit more. There we go. Oh, get the edges again. Even out the product as much as possible. Okay. And just push inside. Oh, that is so pretty. Nice. There we have it. A new cover. What is that? Okay, there we go. Where is the front of the book again? No, this is the back of the book. This is the front of the book. That is, I don't want to put a piece here to cover, like usually what you do is you put a piece here to cover it. But I'm not going to do that because I just really like this the way it is. So I'm going to do that. And that is the, yeah, and that is the end of recovering weeks. Very pretty. Very, 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 very pretty. Very nice. Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. I'm very excited about this now. And I will do a separate video putting this up. Nonetheless, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.